Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'll be teaching you how to create this workflow. So this is an automation workflow, a cold email automation workflow. So how it goes is that when you schedule this and then this is going to, okay, let me just try it here and then so that you see. So you see, so, so we are going to build this. So let's start by going to the code in building a new workflow. So right now, so we're going to do this schedule trigger. So what this schedule trigger does is that, you can set your trigger like 2 hours or 1 hour every day, or just make it every day or 2 days, or, so, and you can also use customized cron to run your triggers for. So, and then we're going to connect. So this workflow is built on the assumption that, okay, I have my database in Postgres. So you can also use Google Sheet to build this as well, and you can also use Airtable. So I'm going to use Postgres for this. So I'm going to choose an insert and update new row. So right now, so I'm going to create. I've already linked my credentials to my account. So I'm going to show you how to do yours. So let's say I want to create a new one. So right now I go to Superbase here. So probably she just show me to one of my accounts I already have. So okay, so right now you already showed me like the account I have already. So right now we're going to create a new table. Right now this my Superbase account, and I already have a table here. So I'll just show you how to create a new table, but I'm going to use this data because it's just a a data I've already built up here just for this purpose. So just if you want to create a new table, you just go here and then you create a new table, put the name, and then when you create a new table and then you want to edit, you just come here and then edit, add the columns, and then you can then add data, and then to connect to n8n. So we'll come over here and then we'll go to transaction, and then from here we'll go over here, and then these details you're going to connect them over to your n8n here. So your host, your Postgres, this detail like this. I've already done mine, so I don't think I have to connect. So this port and so on, and then the password. The password is the database password, because when you create the database, they're going to ask you to create a strong password. So yeah, that's the password you're going to put over here. So because I've already created mine, there's no need creating another one. So I'm going to use this one I already have here. So okay, insert, and then yeah, just give me my, okay, and then I choose from my list the n8n tutorial, and then just update. Oh, what I needed was to get this so there's no need updating because I need to get this. So to get the database, you just click select rows, and then you just put limit or bring or, so you can choose return or return a limit that you already have. So when you execute this, let's just see how, okay, you see the trade that I already have in Postgres. So they're already there. And don't get this mistaken. When you use Postgres, you connect it with Superbase. Why? Because Superbase has access to Postgres. So with Superbase, you can get your Postgres. So, you might be mistaken, like, why am I saying Superbase and then I'm using Postgres? You just saw how we connected that over here now, right? So from here now, we go over to our, and since I want to use Resend, there is this email I want to use. So the email is a Resend email. So this is a resend.com. So yeah, domain, you can check them out and they are good here. So So them I'll be using them for this tutorial. So, and then because they don't already have a custom node in n8n, so we're going to call their API using the HTTP request, and then to do that you have to put post, and the URL we are going to put here is HTTPS API resend.com email. So alright, so authentication, and you can also just put none and then put the header, put your key code. But me, I like using the generic credentials I've already done. Cause so you just follow this tutorial, and you can see here I've already created my API key. So I'll just show you to how to get your API key. So when you get over to Resend, it's so easy. Merge your domain and then just come over to API key. Just get your API key. You can create a new API key. Then so we go back, and then so right now we need the body to send the email, right? So now in Resend, so you just have to add the form. Okay. Okay, two subject and text. You can also choose between text or HTML. So mine will be in text, so I'm going to use text. So right now, so we're going to use, where is the email we got? Image is to JSON. So email we got. Okay, this is the email. This is the person sending the email. So as I'm sending to this email. So I've already used this merge this to my domain. So I'm going to use this my email, right? The store. So you can check register.store and register.com. They are both the same thing, still a freelance company. So this email is just for research and tutoring purposes. But our main email, our main domain is register.com. So subject, we can choose the question, and then over here to text, we can put hi, and then we can just put in first name, and just put okay, hi, first name. Remember when I told you I saw this channel back. Alright, so and then yeah, I just put best. Yeah, give it. So let's try this out and then see what you're gonna get. Alright. Oh yeah. So right now we are hitting this error, right? So in Resend, you can't send more than 2 emails per second, and you can see we have like 3. So what we are going to do now, we are going to add a loop to this. So this loop is going to loop in it like a single array, and then pass them, and then loop back again. So I'm going to create everything here with you. So let's create a loop, and then create a loop. So Okay. Okay, so when this loops, what next? We need to update this our Postgres to, right? So I'll just duplicate this Postgres, just Control D, and then I bring it over here. But now this Postgres is what it does is it gets data from our database. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to like change this, and then from getting data is going to update data, not longer bringing only data. So I'm going to set this to, so how are we going to match this? Okay, don't worry, we'll do it here. So let's first of all run and then see if we are getting anything. So let's run this and then we'll match this with the data. Okay. Okay, first one run. So right now we just go over to, and I was thinking, what if when we loop this, we can't just like circling back, cause it might just, so we just have a wait node here, and then you can just leave it like 5 seconds. Then right now we then loop this, and then you see I haven't merged this here, so I'll do that over now. So ID. So instead of using loop over item, I'll just use wait, because that's the name of our wait function. So, and then time. Well, just update now or just add anything. So I'm just going to add this one. So let's check this out. So I click this. Okay. Okay. I think this makes sense now because I'm seeing that this already ran. So the first one already ran and the second one still running. Okay, the third one complete. Let's check it out. So okay, okay, okay. Everything all saved. Okay, okay, okay. So everything all saved. So right now, so you can just, you already know how to add this. I just put this. I'm just trying to recreate what I already showed you guys. So, and then yes, you can just put this one, step one or one, anyone is fine. So we can just change the color over here. And then, so let's move, since we already created this and then this send email, and then what we want to do is the next day we want to follow up, right? We want to follow up the, let's say the client, or check if these are already gone like 3 days, or it's 4 days, 5 days, follow up in the next 5 days, 6 days. So we're going to do this here again. So I will just duplicate this, Control D, and then I'll go over to here. Just call this too. So okay, so we already have this. Remove this, and then we're going to add a filter here, because this already does what this does, but the filtering which I already explained, it doesn't have it, right? So I'm going to add a filter here. Okay, so I'm going to add a filter here, and what I'm going to add here, I'll just copy it here, because I already have it over here. I'll just put it here, and then I just put, okay, how are we going to make this? Do you want it to, and it should be a number, right? So is greater or equal to. So let's say if it's 3 days, we put 3 days, 4 days. Okay, follow up after 4 days. Let's keep it like it. So let's run and see. And I don't think any of those. Well, let's run and see and see what we get. Okay. So right now, okay. So you see, so not up to. I think from the data I choose, one of these is like it's like back data or like in the future. So okay, more like in the future. So it's not even up to like the day. So let's say if we go and put it like -4, because we already have like -1. Let's say like minus the I don't know if that already exists, but okay, let's put it like that. So you see now, so it comes over here. So that means this works, right? So let's keep it like this. So since we already achieved this and everything works here, because remember we did this here over here, I just added this filter, and since when this filter is true, because it's true, keep or discard, which is false, and then it just runs the same way with this. So we're going to do this webhook and like getting the when because now you're sending email right now, right? But what about when someone sends you an email? How are you going to receive the email? So let's do that now. So I just put my webhook. Okay. And now, okay, this webhook, resend email, right? Okay. And then, because it's an email, it's private, so we're going to send it with post, right? Not get. So let's put this over here. And, let's put it around this own sticker note to differentiate it. So then we can change the color as well. Then here, we'll just put it 3. Okay, so this webhook now, so we already know we are getting our email from Resend, right? So we're going to go back to Resend, and then we're going to add this our webhook. We're going to add this our webhook over it in Resend. And if you check now, you see that my webhook here and here are different things, right? So I'm hosting my n8n in my computer space, which is locally hosted, and yeah, I have my production for in my server as well, but I also like using this. It works the same way. Well, the only difference is that in webhook you have to like tweak it, and because when you are hosting and you're sending calling a webhook from somewhere like external APIs, like, so they don't know your localhost URL, or because everybody's localhost is localhost. So right now, so we go back to Resend, and then so let's add our webhook. Okay, see, I've already added this web over here, so let's use it too, because I just added it some hours before the lesson. So let's use this webhook, and then let's check if it works. So right now, okay, let's run it, and let me try and send an email to this. Let's see if it works. Hey, good. Okay. So I just sent it now. Was okay, yeah. Done. So right now you see that you just got an email to here, and one thing about Resend is that you're not going to see the email that was sent to you. So you can only see the Resend the email when you go over to your when you go over to your Resend and then you click on your email. So that's when you can also see the email. And because Resend is just a delivery email service. So right now I just send it from my email gcgibbs@gmail.com, and then okay, so right now we already have this, and let's update the Postgres, because when someone send us a message, like you send someone a message and this person like send you a message like, yeah, I love this, can you send me the details? You don't want to send the person the follow-up, or this third follow-up, the fourth follow-up you have already, right? So what we're going to do is, when the email is already someone already sent you an email like, send me this, no need sending them the follow-up, right? So what we're going to do is that we're going to update everything, like the whole follow up. If you have like 10 follow up, 5 follow up, just add up a date to it, or add up something. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to add up a date, maybe an old date, and yeah, it's so when cause you replied already, right? So there's no need for me sending you an email already. So just updates, and oh, sorry. Right, okay. So yeah, so right now it's seeing it now, right? Okay, so it's updated. So and one more thing, when if this is like a code email, and when the client picks up interest, we don't want to still put the client in the database. We have to like put it somewhere else, like we have for our warm client, right? So that place now we can have our it can be hot, and let's choose HubSpot for the year. So right now, just when you want to add a contact, you just create a contact, right? So create or update. So and to create this. Oh, and yeah, I've already accessed my HubSpot. So for you to do yours, you go to your HubSpot. I'll make another tutorial for that separately, but I can just explain. You just go to your HubSpot, go to your legacy app, create a legacy app, and you then come here and then you join it. Yeah. So you use the app token when you create your legacy app. You just take the app token and then you click here and then it connects. So and yeah. So what do you want to add here? I want to add first name, or maybe last name, last name, or and then websites. Yeah, I think that those two. Let me just, for this sake, so last name, first website. You can also add the city, any place, like the whole, everything, country, everything. You can all add it here. So okay, so let's execute this, and wow, it just brings up. So yep, so this is the full workflow, right? So if you enjoy my class and you want more from me, please like, subscribe, and share to other people so that they can interact with my and also learn a lot too. Because I'll be releasing some templates as well in my n8n and also in my LinkedIn. You can check me out in my LinkedIn. You can click on Gilbert Onyebichi, and you can also reach me gcubes@gmail.com, or you can also reach me in register.co.com. So thank you for listening, and I hope to see you next week.